The one thing that I'm appreciative of is the advances of medical research on the human body. There's been significant progress on the awareness and treatment of chronic traumatic encephalopathy, otherwise known as CTE. Some of the key effects of CTE includes cognitive decline, depression, anxiety, emotional instability, and permanent brain damage, leaving the person in a state of delusion and gives dementia-like symptoms. And you know, I find this research very fascinating because in my YouTube career of making Fight Night Champion content, I'm quite certain that some of the players in the Fight Night Champion community are suffering from some sort of CTE. This would explain the state of delusion that some of these gamers have after many bouts of frustration and anger after getting their ass kicked during an online ranked match. A human brain can only take so much self-harm that's caused by the gamer being frustrated and then banging their controller on their head. Which brings me to the focal point of this video. My opponent got his ass kicked so bad that he literally defaulted to a state of delusion that I have never ever seen. This fight went from this.
There's that overhand right. Foreman, and bang, and away he goes. And he beat the counter. I don't think so here, Teddy. Now I know where they...
Rage quit.
To this.
I would take control. Thanks for today. I'm uploading this to YouTube. Light work, son. You try though. 10 rounds to hold the L. This is too easy for us. Thanks EA for the easy win. I'm the best. Trash.
My opponent in this video goes by the name of CTE, who has a very impressive 5,435 to 774 win-loss record at the time of this recording. CTE is also currently ranked number 22 in the top 100. And with a record like that, you would think he would have achieved this by having some sort of level of skill, right? CTE has a very toxic spam style that involves spamming the power straight right hand, sprinkled in with some timely jabs in between, and running on the back foot the entire fight. And for me personally, CTE's style was very easy for me to deal with once I figured out what his game plan was. You see, 99% of the defensive backfoot spammers do not like it when you apply non-stop effective pressure on them. See, they're not used to it when you can disrupt and dismantle their entire strategy round by round, piece by piece. And evidently, CTE's strategy is a very successful one due to the fact that he has over 5,000 plus wins online. But as you'll see in the fight, CTE got put in the worst case scenario imaginable. He got forced to come down below the sea level to a place where no top 100 opponent has ever survived. Down here in the trenches. Down in the deep water. And just like 100% of the other top 100 opponents I faced, he couldn't swim out fast enough. Rage quitting like a little bitch with 30 seconds left in the fight, when he could have gracefully taken his L like a man and moved on with his life. Just terrible online etiquette. But now, what he has to show for it is being embarrassed in the LX Sniper video, instead of just taking your top 100 ass whooping like a man from someone who's just simply better than you. Cobra Commander apparently has a terrible online reputation in the Fight Night subreddit, with a handful of users sharing their online experiences in dealing with him.
Has anyone fought this guy? He's a backstep, sidestep, uppercut, straight spammer. All he did was back up and run with Ali and sidestep or backstep counter spam me. I won 2 rounds, and on the 3rd I quit, cause I got annoyed, and now he's messaging me talking a bunch of shit. I legit just started playing again last week after a whole year, and all I come back to is spammers and runners.
Cobra Commander is a straight spammer and will leave when losing.
Played him last night, and it was crazy. He only pressed Y, and nothing else.
Yeah, it's funny how I can beat other players, but him with Klitschko and those fast traits is I lost to him by 2 rounds. I was mad. He's definitely beatable, just a skill issue, honestly.
Cobra is nasty at spamming, especially when he picks Klitschko. I always laugh when I fight him.
This guy tried every dirty move in the book. Absolute piece of shit. One of the worst spammers I've ever fought. He will never get another chance with me.
As I mentioned earlier, Cobra Commander rage quit on me in the last 30 seconds of our fight. But the state of delusion that he showed to me in the DMs left me so bewildered that I'm honestly speechless. You can see here that immediately after the fight ended, he proceeded to tell me that he won the fight and he's uploading it to YouTube. And trust and believe, I was looking damn close for that YouTube video. I went searching above and beyond under what he has listed in the DMs under bums for hire, and I found nothing. And maybe I missed it. And if so, please link me to the video so I can see this for myself. Otherwise, Cobra Commander, I'm just gonna assume that you're flat out spewing complete and utter nonsense. And before we get to the fight, there's one specific thing that I want to address. There was a post on Reddit where someone mentioned their list of the 5 greatest Fight Night champion players ever, and I wanted to cover it real quick. So, number 1, he has Friday the 13th, never fought him. Number 2, Mark the Shark, which I find completely laughable because this is a fighter who can't even come forward and only spam sidestep uppercuts. And I beat the living shit out of him, dominated him on the scorecards, and you can go watch that video and see for yourself. And then he has number 3, Cobra Commander. And the fact that he's got him as a top 5 player of all time is a joke. And you can watch the fight for yourself to see how bad he gets his ass kicked. And then he has another person, YMCA something, never fought him. And then number 5, who's the OP of that Reddit post, Mr. Brock3579, I've never fought him, but I'll be honest with you, you now just entered my hit list for making such a stupid list and a stupid top 5. Because what really pisses me off and where I take things very personal is that there's one name that you're leaving off that list.
The following announcement has been paid for by the League of Excellence.
Don't you think you're missing the most important name in the Fight Night Champion community off of your little list, dude? Yeah, you're talking about the man who's going 100-0 against the current Fight Night Champion top 100. You're talking about me, LX Sniper. You know, I'm sick and tired of everyone trying to pretend like they didn't get their ass whipped by me when I have a running repository of bodies that's on my list, as I do what no man has ever done before. And that's go 100-0 against the Fight Night champion. Top 100.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by the League of Excellence.
Scheduled for 10 rounds tonight between these two. matchup like this, Teddy, a boxer versus brawler, who do you really have more confidence in that they can pull off the win?
You know, in one way you can say the brawler because he's got that eraser. He can pull it out of the fire, but I'm going to go with the guy who's probably more rounded athletically, has to do more things because he didn't have that great gift of power. He's had to learn to do other things. And if he's forced to fight in a spot, those other things aren't working, he'll be able to do that.
He had his eyes set on the uppercut, but was unable to land it. Able to place the right hand in there. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
Big block by Big George. Hit the body. Foreman's showing that he's got some defense of his own. He got away from that punch. Quick snapping hook, and it does damage. Blocks the headshot. Solid jab by George Foreman. Final 10 seconds of round number 1. Very nice defensive guard there. Teddy, you buy a ticket to a George Foreman fight. Here we go. Round 2 is underway. See, that's some fine defense right there. I love that block by George Foreman. George Foreman with a hook. Excellent jab by George Foreman. Solid uppercut. George Foreman's gotta be feeling the impact of that uppercut. George Foreman is such a big physical presence, Teddy, in the ring, almost a hulking presence, and it really aligned with his style in the ring offensively. It was like wrecking ball wide shots.
Yeah, wrecking balls work good when you're knocking over an old building, a tenement that's standing in front of you, but the wrecking ball, it could just swing into the air and hit nothing if you have a slick guy. So it works both ways, you're right. And what you're basically saying is, yeah, he's dangerous, but he's a little crude.
Missed the target with that hook. The tactical game paying off. You can see the counter punch.
Yeah, you see the counter punch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him because he's afraid to let anything go because when he misses, bang, it gets caught.
Nice, nice! See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Nice strike after catching one by George Foreman. And round number 3 is underway. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot.
1-2.
Goes up top with a right hand. Foreman's almost looking foolish that time he missed so badly. Able to show you his blocking ability. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. George Foreman, originally from Marshall, Texas, where as a youth, Teddy, he was involved in a lot of street fights. I mean, he had a reputation as the kind of guy that you didn't mess with out and about.
You know, we've had a lot of fighters that have come out that route. Boxing has turned a lot of young men who were in trouble on the streets, turned them into not only world champions, but, you know, world champions as people that could serve society. Foreman is one of those young men.
He clearly came in with a strategy here tonight, Teddy, and so many times it's, hey, I'm going to bang that drum.
Yeah, he is banging that drum. That drum happens to be the body, and he figures that he's going to try to move on him, so start doing it early on, and later on, he's going to have a guy in front of him.
Foreman's able to land a good, solid left hand. And round 3 comes to an end. Ahead on Teddy's scorecard as we start round number 4, but I still think that either fighter could take complete control of this fight. He's up around right now. Straight right was lined up, but he missed. Now that backhand, the straight left hand scores well for him. Showing what a skilled fighter he is with his counterpunching.
Keep moving, keep moving. That's it, that's it.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by George Foreman. Good work toe-to-toe there. Both fighters got in on him. Right to the head with that right. 90 seconds to go here in this round.
Side to side.
Solid jab by George Foreman. Well, I don't know if he's hip to the idea of becoming a counterpuncher, but I get the sense you'd agree with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got the perfect platform, the perfect form for it. The guy's walking in right now, not moving his head much. He can time him, he can counter him.
What a destructive hook to the head by George Foreman. And now he's acting like a fighter. Coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon. 10 seconds to go in the fourth. And round 4 comes to an end.
You're not giving me enough.
Well, we've seen this before. A fighter with a bad cut, and sometimes a fighter that now has a much greater sense of urgency.
Yeah, right now, if he was gambling, if he was in a casino, he's rolling the dice. He's hoping to come up with 7.
George Foreman's done a good job there, offensively scoring with that left hand. Solid right by George Foreman.
Keep your distance.
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Here's something that's a key factor now, and that is his ability to simply defend himself. He's doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, he is, and that gives him the ability to always be fresh and confident round after round, since he's not taking a lot of punishment.
Foreman's making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch. Good left hand able to land. Halfway into round number 5 here. A crushing blow up top.
I don't know if he has enough time to recover.
Still not moving.
George Foreman's right hand working well that time. He scored well. Not an accurate hook at all. Takes one, but gets one. Good work by George Foreman. solid shots from the combo downstairs. You see how effective, you see how much you can control the fight with a jab. That was well done by George Foreman. Good shot to the head with that right hand. Last 10 seconds. What a good war this is.
It looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
Focus.
Keep going.
George Foreman's wanting the counterpunch here, but that doesn't seem the route to go here in this fight, Teddy.
No, he has to be honest with himself and see that. But, you know, people under pressure in all walks of life, you know, in the ring especially, you see it right away. You kind of peek at it right away. It's obvious. Maybe he doesn't want to see what he has to see, because then he would have to discipline himself. He's not ready to do that. Then he would have to make the change. Maybe he just wants to leave it this way. At the end of the day, people are going to say, oh, that guy fought kind of fight that, you know, hard to fight with, you know, and he has an excuse. Maybe that's what's going on right now.
He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Crashes home with the uppercut.
Come on, get focused.
Final 10 seconds of the 6th round. All right, Teddy, let me put you back in your old job here. You're going to be trainer here. Now, we're just coming off of a round there where clearly, I think he won the round, but it's a close, competitive fight that your guys probably...
Yeah, I know what not to tell him. I'm not telling him he's winning. That's what I'm not telling him. I want to make sure that he keeps his edge. You know, he stays smart and everything. But the only reason that I think he's up is because he's keeping the punch output. He's staying sharp defensively. You know, he's still attacking in the spots that he should attack. I want to keep it that way.
Well off the mark by George Foreman. Foreman's in a cycle right now that's not paying off for him. He has been busy. Yes, he's committed to trying to be on the attack, but not enough of these punches are landing.
Now, I would not call this guy in, from what I've seen, to paint my house. Because, I mean, this guy looks like he paints graffiti boards. I mean, he's just throwing stuff in there, like you said, and it's just, it's not making the picture you want to see. It's not accurate. It's not effective.
Halfway through this round, Foreman's way off the mark. That punch didn't have a chance. He's committing to the work downstairs. He puts forth a right hand.
Pace yourself. Let's see some more head movement.
Accurate with a straight left. Seconds to go in the 7th.
Are you losing this fight? Need you to make some changes.
Teddy's scorecard through 7 rounds. He's got a commanding lead right now, and he's just been the more effective guy, Teddy. I love what he's doing. He's picking his spots, and when he does throw punches, they are purposeful.
Yeah, they are. He's making everything count. As you said, he's got a reason for everything he's done today, and that's because he's calm. See, that's a talent, too. We always look at the other talents that are easier to wrap our minds around, power, speed, but it's not being calm, where you can see things, you can control things. This guy's a calm son of a gun.
Unload! More punches!
Good combination to the body.
You're not focused!
Oh, he just misses with that headshot. 90 seconds to go. Halfway through round 8. Good defensive skill. He's in a good rhythm defensively here. Teddy, what is that? A credit to his ability to anticipate?
Also, it's the teaching. Let's give the trainers credit, because let's give his background as the amateurs credit, but he learned how to get away from punches. This is technique that was taught to him.
A barrage of punches now. He missed with that headshot. There's the combo downstairs. You see him zeroing in with that left hand to the body. Well timed, well placed uppercut there. Hits him in the mug with the right. Nice work.
I'm gonna embarrass you.
And as another round gets underway, it gets us thinking, how much more of this will we see? Hard to envision this fight going the distance with how lopsided it's been.
Use the ring! Stay away from those!
Scores up top with a left. George Foreman is always dangerous.
Yeah! You running, spamming, bitch. It took me 9 rounds, but I finally caught up to your bitch ass. Jab and spam, jab and spam, jab and spam the left straight. Yeah. Well, you just caught yourself a one-way ticket to hell, you bitch. And there ain't no getting out. You done for, son. You're done. You weak spamming piece of trash.
Logan's trainer is thrilled with this. He gets up off the canvas. Now he wants to see how he'll get. Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. George Foreman's thinking right now that he's doing a good job defensively, but it's really... He gets to him with an uppercut. Oh, man, he's in front. Oh, a big shot comes home for him. George damaged here.
You don't like that pressure, do you? You don't like it. I can tell you don't like it. Because you're over there flailing your arms like a scared little bitch. You outside fighters are all the same. Spam the straight, spam the uppercut. But you can't do that because you're too slow, you're too stupid, and you just flat out suck. Over 7,000 wins and you this trash? You should be ashamed of yourself, you bum. Get up so I can put you out of your misery.
George Foreman wants to fight on, and here he comes. There's that southpaw jab in the left hand. Accurate shot, straight right hand comes in. Little head hunting with the left.
Trying to force his way in that front door, and he got smacked with that door.
Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand.
Hit the body!
Right to the body. Last 10 seconds of the 9th round. Good exchange. He fires back. to what this result will be. I know anything can happen, but all that's happened all night long is one guy punishing the other.
Well, he looks like Kobe Bryant on a good night when that basket is 20 feet big. I mean, he just can't miss.
Foreman's showing us that he is sticking with the game plan. But keep in mind, that game plan had him down earlier in this fight. What would you be telling him right now, Teddy?
Well, first of all, you got to explain to him very quickly and very clearly why he got caught. You could still do the other things. The other things that we thought going into this fight is still going to work. But make an adjustment. It's not that you didn't do the thing that could work. You didn't do it properly.
Gunning him down with a headshot. That's exactly what the corner wants. Well done by George Foreman. George Foreman's behind on the cards. He's just got to be. Going to take a knockout to win this?
Yeah, I think so. He's going to take a certain kind of attitude or strategy, a change in strategy. You go into the fights, you don't look for a knockout. You're looking to use your jabs, you're looking to set up punches, you're looking to go rounds. Right now, he's got to find a way to get a knockout. Look for one punch. One big punch right now.
Keep moving, keep moving.
Unable to connect by George Foreman. Targeting that midsection now with the combo. Right back at you. Counter power punch. Little head knocking with that right hand. Took a shot. Now he gives the left. There's that overhand right. Foreman and bang, away he goes. And he beat the counter.
Pain, power, pressure. Yeah, that's right. Get your bitch ass up out of here. That's a damn shame, too. All you had was 30 more seconds. All you had to do was just get back up, take your decision loss, and then walk out with a little bit of pride. But now you're gonna walk out with no nuts, because you never had any. You got George Foreman, Big George Foreman, one of the hardest punchers in the history of boxing, and you trying to make him into an outboxer like he Mayweather or some shit. Well, guess what, pussy, it failed. It failed, and it failed dramatically. I came forward with the pressure the entire fight, and what did you do? Get your ass cooked. Cobra Commander, you are weak as fuck. And you got over 7,000 fights, over 7K wins, and you fighting like this. You know what? I get it though. I absolutely get it, because you were not used to a specimen like myself. You were not used to someone applying non-stop pressure from round 1 all the way to round 10. You're not used to that, because I'm built different. And that's why you in the top 100 is a fucking joke. This is the easiest accomplishment that I'll ever have in my life, going 100-0 against you weak-ass top 100 bums. You clowns need to fucking recognize something. You need to recognize me as the GOAT. I deserve to have my name put in the Guinness Book of World Records for the amount of online ranked wins against top opponents in any video game, because it's never been done before. And I'm out here accomplishing history, and y'all ain't gonna do nothing but respect it. I'm a motherfucking thug.